Hey, I'm Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. I'm just a few minutes outside of Harriman, Tennessee. I'm right here at Mount Roosevelt Wildlife Management Area. This place is absolutely beautiful, but today I'm here in search of Bigfoot.
I suspect that by watching this video, you probably fall into one of three categories. You might fall into the category of being a subscriber to this channel and a part of our growing community, and let me just say welcome back, and I'm so very grateful. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, please help me continue to grow this channel by sharing this video or another Nose for Life video on any of your favorite social media sites. You might fall into a second category, that you're either a part of the Bigfoot encounter community or investigating the phenomenon for the first time for yourself. And if you belong to this group, let me just say welcome to our community, and I'm thankful that you're watching. I really hope you watch our other videos and maybe subscribe and be a part of our growing community. Or you might fall into the category of being a Bigfoot debunker, and you're looking to find something in this video that'll help you to debunk Bigfoot. If you belong to this category, I hope you enjoy other interesting information in this video and join our community as well. But honestly, there's nothing in this video to debunk. There are no jump scares or signs of Bigfoot or sightings in this video. This video is really just an amazing conversation with a great guy, an expert in the area of Bigfoot, and his name is Matt Seeber. If you don't fall into any of these categories and this is your first time to A Nose for Life, please know that I am thankful that you're watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to watch some of our other videos and subscribe to this channel and be a part of our growing community.
Hey y'all, my name is Matt Seeber. I'm from East Tennessee Bigfoot.org. Bigfoot is real. He's been spotted all over these mountains and ridges of East Tennessee. You'll never try to convince me otherwise. I've found tracks. I know these things are real, and hopefully by the end of this, I'll be able to convince you of the same thing.
Okay, let me tell you about Matt. Regardless as to whether or not you believe in Bigfoot, you should always show some respect where it's due. At least that's what I think. And in the Bigfoot world, Matt Seeber is the man. Matt's been a guest on international television programs like Animal Planet's Finding Bigfoot and Destination America's Monsters and Mysteries. Matt is the head of an organization that tracks Bigfoot sightings in East Tennessee, and I've included a link in the description below. In the Sasquatch community, Matt's kind of a big deal, so I was really excited about meeting up with Matt and hearing his take on Bigfoot since he's an expert. And our first stop was an 11,000-acre mountain wilderness that surrounds Rockwood, Tennessee, a small town just off Interstate 40.
I've been doing this since 2005. My oldest son, who was then 15, had an encounter in our backyard in Roane County, probably 15 miles north of here. I didn't really believe him at first, but as the days wore on and more people started talking, I had to investigate. And it was pretty incredible how many people in the neighborhood had seen things. Well, back in 2014, I was privileged to be part of Animal Planet's Finding Bigfoot episode from the East Tennessee area called The Atomic Bigfoot. I got to take Cliff and Bobo and Matt Moneymaker out on an overnight excursion to another area where I do investigations. It came up empty, but it's a good possibility that there were some sounds coming from the ridge that may have been Bigfoot sounds. You never really know. It's kind of odd. It's hit and miss. I'm the type who believes that Bigfoot sighting or encounter is a random thing. It can't be planned. It can't be worked up, so to speak. So it's just one of those things. I had a good time. Got a little bit of popularity out of it for a little while. Well, here on Mount Roosevelt, for example, there have been sightings all around this ridge. Several people in the Rockwood area have had sightings, alluding to the idea that these things are random. I don't believe people looking for Sasquatch necessarily will find one. When I say random, I believe that if someone sees Bigfoot, it was planned by Bigfoot. And I say that because when somebody sees one of these things in the woods or crossing a road at night, it changes their world. But it also takes attention off of everything else around them, especially in the woods. And one of the reasons I think this is because, let's say for example, you're hiking and you get too close to a juvenile or a baby Sasquatch. How better to draw your attention away from that particular creature, which is unseen by you, than to see mama and think, I better not go this way, or I better run, I better turn, I better do something different. There may be occasions where maybe Bigfoot crosses a road and doesn't really think it through. Maybe it made a mistake. But there's a lot of people out there who say they have them habituated. They know where they are. They go out and they do these things and they feed them and they somehow communicate with them. I don't do that. I don't know anything about that.
According to Matt, it kind of works like this. If Bigfoot doesn't want to be seen, Bigfoot's not going to be seen. But there's two reasons why you may encounter Bigfoot or Sasquatch in the forest. Number one, a defense mechanism from Bigfoot. In other words, Bigfoot wants you to see Bigfoot as opposed to seeing Bigfoot's offspring. Sort of like a tactic, a defense tactic. But the other reason is Bigfoot makes a mistake and allows itself to be seen because of a poor decision. Like a lot of animals, like a deer jumping out in the middle of the road.
It's a chance encounter, basically, for the most part. I don't think anybody going out here actually looking is going to find anything. That's why I don't do it that way. I wait for a report to come my way. Someone to call me, email me, tell me, hey, I saw this here at this particular time. And if it's relatively recent, we'll go check it out. Every first-hand encounter that I have ever received has been life-changing to the people who tell the story. A lady moved from her home, and one individual is so deep in Bigfoot literature and investigation now that there's very little else he does. One gentleman sold all his dogs and all his guns. Never more will he go in the woods. It is intimidating. When you're told by the scientific community and society at large that these things do not exist, and in fact they do, and you actually see it, it changes your perception about a lot of things. It really messes with your life. It messes with your mind. I haven't seen one, and I'm still convinced, mainly by what people have told me.
And that's what I like about Matt. He's very honest about Bigfoot sightings. Matt's never seen Bigfoot, but he didn't have to tell me that. Matt could have made up a story from scratch, and I would have never known the difference, and neither would you. Matt does have a picture from a Bigfoot footprint that he found just hours after a sighting, and more on that in a few moments.
We're coming up behind K25 at the Oak Ridge Reservation. A lot of it's been torn down, but at one time the complex was large enough to be seen from space.
The most interesting part about Matt's investigation is that most of the sightings Matt describes are in, near, or around K25, which is actually the original name for the Department of Energy's Oak Ridge Reservation, one of the main sites for the development of the atomic bomb used during World War II. Imagine 33,000 acres in the mountains that were entirely devoted to a top-secret weapons facility and development during the war. The K25 site was built for uranium enrichment, and the facility didn't shut down until 1985. Still, there's a lot of research going on, but over 25% of the Department of Energy's high-risk facilities are located on the Oak Ridge Reservation.
So behind me is the actual K25 facility. And again, there's a lot of security here, so I'm thinking, should I be filming this? Is this like gonna be an Area 51 moment and I disappear? I sure hope not, but I am wearing my Slush Show shirt.
Bigfoot's been spotted in this area.
So all through this area, through the Oak Ridge Reservation, including the Melton Hill Dam, there have been Bigfoot sightings in this area. And you know what? Being from East Tennessee, it never occurred to me how much research is still going on here. I mean, we're passing one military kind of installation after another. It's really cool.
They say reality is stranger than fiction, and here are the facts. The Oak Ridge National Laboratory is still a leader in applied research, physical and life sciences, supercomputing, advanced material research, and the next generation of energy research. You know me, I've included a link in the description below.
They enriched uranium in this area. There's a lot of radioactive things going on around here. I don't know if it's really dangerous now, but I wouldn't want to go around and dig around. Of course, if you go beyond the signs and the fences, you're going to get in trouble.
So we're about less than a half a mile or maybe a mile from K25 where they enriched the uranium for the Manhattan Project. And right here we're on a road. This is official use in Cemetery Church. What's funny, we're on a Bigfoot hunt, but there's actually a reported haunted church and we can't get to it today. The road behind us is blocked, but there's actually an alleged haunted church back there. And I'm wondering if uranium is hitting me right now, like all the atomic particles going through my body as we speak. and maybe I'll become a superhero.
Bigfoot's been spotted in this area. I'm confident that one lives on this reservation.
We're on the Oak Ridge Reservation. Again, this is the Oak Ridge Reservation. It was a part of the Manhattan Project. It's still a big deal. I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and there's these roads that lead to these mysterious places, and you can't go there. And Matt was just telling me that it's probably not smart to pull over on the side of the road for any length of time. The longer I stay here on the Oak Ridge Reservation, the more I feel like I'm on the Area 51 of the East. It's just kind of cool.
I've actually had someone tell me one time that they've witnessed submarines coming in and out of this facility. My sister had an encounter right here. It was 4 feet tall. Her and her family were driving back from Lenore City. It was standing on the side of the road, looking directly at them, 4 feet tall, covered with hair. She said it was the ugliest, most hideous thing she'd ever seen. And it was right here on this property back in early to mid 90s.
So if you're in the Bigfoot community, where I'm standing right now in a church parking lot is a hotbed for Bigfoot activity. I mean, Oliver Springs is that way. And of course, that way probably doesn't mean anything to you as you watch this video, but there's a ridge line of mountains over there. It's called Oliver Springs. And behind me is K25. We talked about that earlier in the video, where that's where all kinds of research is still taking place. The enrichment of the uranium during the Manhattan Project is taking place. And this church parking lot, well, the area around the church parking lot has several sightings, numerous sightings. And Matt was telling me that these sightings are a year apart from people that don't even know each other until they get together about the conversation of Bigfoot.
Right across this bridge is where a friend of mine had a sighting several years ago. Came right out in front of him, crossing the road, and went down to the creek. He was in a 4-wheel drive truck, and he said the thing was huge. And this gentleman is so enamored in Bigfoot now. It's unreal. It changes your life. Right here, less than 3 miles out of Oliver Springs.
Matt is dedicated and driven to be a listening post for anyone who claims to have seen Bigfoot. Matt's a true believer in the Bigfoot phenomenon, and from what I picked up from Matt more than anything else is that he's willing to listen with an open mind. That being said, Matt seems to have a certain set of indicators, perhaps from his experience, to determine authentic sightings from fabricated stories. And yes, that means his research is pretty subjective, but he doesn't claim to be scientific. Matt investigates from a position of pure instinct. A few years back, someone reported a sighting at the church we were at earlier in the video, and Matt was able to be on the scene within a few minutes of the encounter, and he was able to find the holy grail for Bigfoot enthusiasts, a footprint. And in many ways, a footprint is actually a bigger deal than a sighting. Why? Because it provides evidence of an encounter. Now, you can think what you want to about the footprint, but for Matt, this was a big deal, and it's enshrined as one of the greatest moments of his Bigfoot research.
And it screamed at him. He actually stopped on the road to take the picture, and when he stepped out of the vehicle to take the picture, it screamed at him and ran off into the woods. And this is right here next to this K25 site. Again, you go just a little distance into the woods and you're going to find yourself illegally there because you're not allowed to be here. So you know, they may show up and tell us to leave.
So no, I didn't find Bigfoot, but I did find a great friend. Matt Seeber is one of the nicest individuals I think I have ever met. He was courteous, he was kind, and he believes what he believes. And you know, he believes in Bigfoot 110%. And he will show you every single type of evidence and provide everything that he has in order to convince you that it is real. But again, more than anything, he is one of the friendliest and nicest people that I have ever met. Go to his website, easttennesseebigfoot.org, and be a part of the community. If you're curious for yourself, or if you want information a lot more detailed than in this video, that's where you want to go look, is easttennesseebigfoot.org. I mean, if you live in this area, or if you're just a Bigfoot enthusiast, I'm telling you, man, people are seeing all kinds of things. I started talking to Matt about some information that I got from the Big South Fork area. We have a few videos about Big South Fork right here on this channel in Nose for Life, and how people in the Big South Fork area are reporting seeing a Bigfoot as well. You know, I hunt, I'm in the woods all the time, and I can honestly say I have never seen Bigfoot. And it's harder for me to suspend disbelief for a Bigfoot than, let's say, a UFO, because UFOs can mean anything. And within the Bigfoot community, there are different beliefs of, it's kind of like a religion, so to speak, where people believe different things about Bigfoot and what it is. So if somebody says they believe in Bigfoot, it doesn't necessarily mean what you may think it means. It may mean something completely different. So it's a very diverse community, but I sure did enjoy my time with Matt. We had a great time. I saw some places here in Tennessee, where I'm from, that I've never seen before, and they were breathtaking and they were beautiful. So Matt, thank you so much for being a Bigfoot guide and doing an excellent job. I mean, my goodness, an excellent job. And I'll tell you something, if you're on the internet and you're Googling around, Google first easttennesseebigfoot.org, but then jump over and look into the K25 area, the Oak Ridge Reservation. That's an amazing place, and it's so odd to me in a conspiracy kind of way that all of these Bigfoot sightings are around this area. Well, I appreciate you watching this video. This has been a very unique and amazing opportunity for me. I've enjoyed making this video, and I'm looking forward to making other interesting and unique videos. I'm Bill Marion. This is A Nose for Life. I sure do hope you subscribe to this channel and hit that like button on your way out. And please, by all means, get involved in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.